Welcome back and hello again, whiskey friends. We are in the Whiskey Riff Lounge right here, and we are going to dive into some more turkey. My favorite, of course, but stick around. We're going to be doing the 70th anniversary of Wild Turkey's 8-year 101. We'll see you in just a second. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are doing one of my favorite and anticipated releases of this year. This is the Wild Turkey 70th anniversary. Jimmy Russell's blend himself, one that he said he created, like he would blend it if he was still doing it, and the way that he likes it blended. So we're going to start off with the nose and then go through the palate. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit like and subscribe. And make sure you guys, if you've tasted this, put your comments or your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know what you guys think about this bottle. It is hitting a lot of places right now. And then we're also going to go by and compare these to an old dusty 8-year 101. That's the Austin Nichols 8-year 101. To also last year's release of the Japanese export Wild Turkey 8-year 101, to see how it kind of compares to the others and then to see how really good it is. I mean, that dusty that I have is really, really good. So we'll figure out how it compares and stacks up. Let's get into the nose. Cheers, whiskey friends. As you guys can see, this color is really nice. Just nice and bronze, copper. So let's get into the nose. I get a little baker's chocolate right off the nose, which is interesting. I don't remember that. Your typical citrus notes that you're going to get with turkey. A little bit of confectionery, sugar, Smarties. Some nice tobacco notes. I know that when I was talking to Bruce, there's a fly in here, sorry. Talking to Bruce about his granddad, he always knew when his grandma was down because he smelled like sweet tea and tobacco. But those tobacco notes are really coming through on the nose. It's pretty sweet. It's a little bit more of a depth of a profile on this compared to the regular 101. Now, this is obviously a little bit older than the regular 101, and it's blended for his specific palate. So, like I said, those you get a little bit of cinnamon, but most of the thing that hit me up front was a little bit of chocolate and then all those baking spices with the tobacco notes. It does have a little bit of oak on the nose, not overly done or anything like that, but it is, you can tell it's there. All right, enough about the nose. Let's taste this bitch. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see that. The legs on that thing. Crazy. Wow. Lots of vanilla and oak up front, sweet. Caramel toward the mid palate. Then the oak comes back towards the finish. A little bit of citrus, but not a whole lot on the first sip. Let's go back in for a second sip here. Yeah, it's very velvety on the mouthfeel. Great mouthfeel. Obviously, I showed you kind of what the legs were doing on this thing. Okay, second sip is more spice, black pepper spice and rye spice towards the middle of the palate. Kind of starts right after the tip of your tongue and then goes all the way back, which is really nice. Gives you that kind of peppery rye spice that I like. But the mouthfeel on this thing is really, really good. I love the mouthfeel on this. Third sip, let's see, wrap it up here. Finish goes on for a while at 101 proof. This has got a really like medium long finish. Maybe even long finish. Keep tasting it. All right. So I haven't graded this one yet on our scoring system, but I will do that this week, and I'll try to post up the notes on Patreon of like the tasting notes that I had, but also kind of the review as well as far as what it scored. I'm going to guess just off of how I'm tasting, it's going to be probably mid 80s, like 83, 84. Okay. Now, let's go to Japanese export from last year, and then we'll finish with a dusty. This is the 1 liter bottle from last year that was released to Japan. Japanese export. There was a shit ton of these that made it over back to the States. And then that was also at least released alongside the 12-year Wild Turkey 101 that was in the purple box that you guys may have seen last year. So we're going to do this 8-year 101 and compare it side by side with what we just tasted. So here is what we just tasted on the nose. Here is the Japanese release. Wow. Be honest with you, I can't get anything off of the nose. Man, that's weird. It's real muted. Very muted compared to this guy right here. Okay, I get a little bit of fruit notes on this after sticking my nose all the way down in there. But that's about all I get on this thing. Let me go on for the palate here. It's a little thin. It's not bad. It comes off with a finish with a bitter, like a bitter oak finish, which I do not get at all on this one. Let me cleanse my palate just to make sure something's not influencing it. All right, so back to this Japanese 8-year 101. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot going on. You get just a little bit of sweetness up front, and then it just completely falls off. No finish at all, comparatively to this. And then, like I said, there's just on the finish, there's a weird, almost like a bitter oak note, which is, this one was not my favorite, but I at least wanted to give it a comparison to it. Now, this one is the Dusty 8-year 101, which also was a Japanese release, export. I want to say that this is a 1 liter as well, like that other one was. That so it's basically the same thing, just a little bit older. So here in my left hand, we've got that Dusty Turkey versus the new 70th anniversary. Holy schmoly. Guacamole. Why are they not making whiskey like this anymore? Holy shit. I mean, just kills on the nose compared to this thing. Okay, it's not killing it. That's a lie. This one is way brighter and rich, but this one is like way darker and like dense. Like caramely. Oh my God. The oak notes on this are just so sweet. That's a pretty tough, I will say this 70th anniversary does stick up to it. I thought so after the secondary sniff there. But yeah, man, this is crazy how close this is. I thought it was a blowout, but no, it's not. So yeah, this one is a little bit sweeter. The Dusty is a little bit sweeter than the 70th anniversary, but the 70th anniversary has like those fruit notes and the tobacco notes that this 8-year 101 Dusty does not. Now, let's get into the palate, compare these A and B. Oh my God, that's good. So this is way more vanilla forward. I mean, like vanilla icing forward. I mean, it is crazy. And then it goes into the oak. Not a whole lot of spice, but just enough on the end to know that let you know that it's there. Now let's go on to the Russells and see how it stacks up on the, excuse me, not the Russells, but the Wild Turkey 101 70th year. Okay. What I will say, it's super close. It's just a preference thing. This, I prefer the mouthfeel on this. I wish that the 70th had a little bit more of the vanilla in it, but this is like a vanilla bomb. Whereas this is more like balanced and complete in regards to like all of those different flavors being within that palate. Whereas I feel like this one is a little bit two to three notes, where I feel like this one's like 3 to 5 notes that come well balanced together. The vanilla sticks out comparatively to this one, to the 70th anniversary. Let's go in for another sip and then I'll go back. Okay. Yeah, I'm really digging the mouthfeel and the tobacco notes on that, with the caramel and all of those citrus notes that come through that are just a hint, well enough to let you know that it's there as well. Okay, guys, I've tasted a lot of turkey and I've tasted a lot of dusty turkey. This is the 70th anniversary profile is closer to that dusty profile. Like I said, it's not going to have the darkness that some of those dusties will have, but man, for 50 bucks, holy crap, what a value. Kudos to Wild Turkey for releasing this for 50 bucks, because man, I know I was able to get my hands on a few of these and I put them in the bunker and I'm going to forget about them, that they're there. I'm going to drink and enjoy this one. And then, man, I love turkey. That's just me. So thanks for hanging out. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit like and subscribe. We also join our Patreon. We're doing some picks. We've got a couple of new ones coming up. We've got the Old Dom 8-year MGP Kelvin barrel, and then also Hard Truth coming up, and then some other ones for after the first of the year lined up that we think you guys are really going to enjoy. So make sure you get on Patreon. Make sure you get involved in that. Thank you guys so much for the support, and we'll see you right back here next time in the Whiskey Riff Lounge. Thank you guys for checking out with me. Thank you.